With the 14th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Michael Porter Jr. from the University of Missouri.
All smiles now because once you're selected, the goal is just to produce.
Man, all I can say is it's a blessing. You know, I'm not entitled to this. Everything's a blessing, and I'm so excited. You know, my path was different, a little different than everybody else's, but I'm gonna make sure that this pick is this organization's best pick they've ever made.
Follows up the rebound, won't be back. Michael Porter Jr. Gets it, reset. Nice feed into Plumlee.
What a pass, unselfish. He had a shot, he hasn't played the while.
Thought about pulling the trigger, he's going to shake. Fires it up. And in! Long distance.
Don't jump, gorgeous quick jump.
Now Jokic coming in. Turn, dump it off. Porter Jr. Quick jump on the second try. By 4 here.
This is a 50 wins production.
Porter with a cut, nicely done, and he throws it down.
Screens, a lot of them. That's where they've gotten their three-point look so far here tonight.
Porter picks it up, come underneath, scoop it up, and that's a 17. That is a new career high for him. Morris inside. And the crowd goes crazy. Got to play with all the time. Down the middle, Porter's away again, and he stuffs it in there. Side play. Slides it, baseline to Porter. Here he comes. Slide it up and in, and he does. Michael Porter Jr.
Jokic forces the issue. Outside, Porter is bringing it down.
See Porter. He's going to try to light it up from distance, and he does. Oh, Porter is feeling it. Another rebound for Porter. He's got 9 seconds. Go, Michael, go. Give it to Plumlee. And Plumlee puts it away. Nuggets by a couple.
This is a 50 wins production.
Porter, dump it into Plumlee. Culver's on the run. Porter there with a rejection. Knocked away. Puncho's got it. Ride it in, dump it to Porter.
Finally see him be able to kind of come out and play well for the Nuggets. I mean, is this a game changer for Denver right now?
It absolutely is. You know, they drafted Michael Porter Jr. with the 14th pick in a draft he slipped from potentially being the #1 overall pick. Had back issues. Denver grabs him as a contender. They essentially redshirted him last year. They brought him along slowly this year. And he's the player who gives the Nuggets upside in the long term that can maybe take them from being a perennial conference finalist, conference semifinalist, and make them a championship contender, putting him alongside Jokic and Jamal Murray. But this is a player who you're already seeing. He's a matchup nightmare for teams inside, outside, and we're only starting to see what he's capable of. He is a player who, again, could have been the #1 pick in the draft 2 years ago if he was healthy.
Let me tell you something. I saw this kid play in high school. And what I saw was a guy, he was the best high school player that I've seen since probably LeBron. And he is a transcendent superstar when he's healthy. He plays like Kevin Durant. This is the one guy they need that can really take them over the top if he develops and he continues to play this way and develop. This guy is scary good, I'm telling you. He's like a cross between Kevin Durant and like Tracy McGrady.
I like what I see in this young man, but the problem right now is I don't know if there's enough time for him to develop to win a championship for Denver this season. But the upside to this young man is great. I think he's a great addition to what Denver needs, a slasher, a shooter, a guy that can get to the basket but also create his own shot.
Yeah, he's a kid that, remember, coming out in his draft, he was the #1 rated high school player. We talk about Bagley, you talk about Ayton, who ended up going #1 in his draft class. This was the guy that
This
coming
was the
into
guy.
it, he was
I
the
saw
guy.
this guy. I
Right.
mean, this is the guy. If he can fulfill his potential, they have the next superstar.